So, I wanted to share something with you that happened yesterday. My nephew had posted on this group here in Casa Grande about an incident with these two boys that were kind of lingering around the bus stop where, kids get off at. And he overheard them talk about what they were going to do to this girl. Well, that girl happened to be his daughter, my great niece. Um, so he got a lot of backlash from a lot of people saying, "Oh, you're posting minors, or you're making this up. You're a liar." Woo, woo, woo. And I was really angry yesterday. I was cussing up a storm. I mean, I was going off, y'all. And reading people's comments and stuff, especially this one dude, some grape dude, I don't know. But he was saying, "Oh, the girl probably started it, and she probably got into a fight or argument with them boys, and now she's accusing him of this." First off, he doesn't know my niece, my great niece. She is one of the most kindest 11-year-olds, that it really is she's very kind. And my nephew and his wife have raised these girls to be so amazing. And to say that, "Oh, she started it," I was like, I wanted to go back with, go toe to toe with him. But then, you know, I said no, because I know for a fact he doesn't know them. Because if he knew her, he would know that she's not a trifling little girl. She's not a crap starter. She doesn't argue with people. She's actually quite the opposite. She's very shy and she's artistic. She doesn't get caught up with, like all these other girls. And plus, I wouldn't have it. If she was trifling, I would for sure put that in check. But yeah, I was getting really angry about that. But the more disturbing thing about that whole situation is that there were people defending because, "Oh, they're minors." No, they're 18. And even if they were minors, I don't care. If you're talking about doing sexual things to a child, I mean, if you're 16, 17, you're talking about an 11-year-old. An 11-year-old. I don't give a how old you are. Just like them boys that raped that 11-year-old and did all these horrible things to her. They're being tried as adults. They were 12 and 13. So, it really is disturbing how people, instead of being thankful for bringing awareness, you got people who are defending these boys. And so I am going to make it a point to make sure I go to that bus stop, even though my nephew goes every day to go get his girls. But I am going to ensure that I'm there because I ain't got nothing to lose. Let me hear him or them say anything sexual. It's on and cracking. I ain't got nothing to lose. I ain't got no children. I'm not married. I ain't got nothing to lose. I will protect my great niece. I will actually protect anyone's daughters from boys, men, because that is not acceptable. That is not acceptable whatsoever. So, train your boys to be respectful, because that's what's missing in this generation. And yeah, I really had to ask God to forgive me because I was getting so pissed off yesterday. I mean, I haven't cussed in a long time, but I was F this, S this, mother effer, and all. Oh, I was so pissed. I was so pissed. But I had to really pray, especially for that great person, whatever, all the stuff that he was saying, and, all the vile stuff that he was implying, because it was like, you don't even know. You're assuming. And then he wants to throw up scriptures. And I was going to respond to that, but then I was like, nah, I'm just going to give it to God. Let God deal with him. Because, baby, don't throw scriptures at me, because I'm going to throw a whole bunch right back at you and break it down. So, nope. But people, you better be careful with your boys, because they're going to meet the wrong auntie. I'm that auntie. Because I don't play. When it comes to that, I don't play, because I was molested as a child. Don't play with me. I'm that auntie. I ain't worried about my nephew. I'm worried about myself, because nope, don't play that. I don't play that. But teach your boys to keep their mouth shut. Teach your boys not to be so disrespectful, because they're gonna find an auntie who's got an even more disrespectful mouth. Because my tongue, it could cut. And I know how, because I dealt with bullies. I'm not afraid of people. I'm not even afraid of a man. I may not be able to beat you, a grown man, but I will do my every bit of my living soul. I will do any and everything. But be careful, because there's aunties like me who don't play.